So once again, we got people telling us the rapture is upon us. The world could end any day now. How many times are people going to make these kind of predictions before they finally grow up and realize that it was just stuff they were groomed and indoctrinated to believe in? You guys remember Harold Camping? Yeah, he predicted the world would end multiple times. It was going to be 1988. Then, oh, wait a minute, 1994. Hold on, I got that wrong. It's 2008. Wait a minute, my math was off. It's 2011. Finally, when he was in his 90s and he came down to die, he said, I guess I better just leave this up to God. Yeah, it took him over 90 years to realize that God wasn't saying shit to him. Well, what a destructive mindset to have, that you want to sit back and root and wait for the end of the world to happen. You want the destruction and devastation of this entire planet to happen just so you can prove a point. And let's just say, for the sake of the argument, that you're right. Let's say that you actually nail it and you get it right, and all of a sudden the world ends at the exact day and the exact time that you said it was going to. Who's going to be there to give you credit for it? It ain't like you're going to get to go on Joe Rogan and brag about it. It's such a destructive mindset to have, that you want to destroy this world and you want to be the one that gets it right. I don't want to be the guy that makes that prediction. Like, I wouldn't want that to be, well, it couldn't be your claim to fame because we'd all be dead and nobody'd be here. That's my whole point. But I just wouldn't want to be the guy that waved that flag and bragged about that. That's nothing to be proud of. One of my biggest pet peeves, though, is when we get told we have to respect that kind of belief. No, we do not. Okay, I'm not going to go down here and sit and listen to some kid who's never been past the end of his mommy's driveway sit and tell me about the world, and sit and tell me how I should live my life, and sit and tell me when the world is going to come to a big crash and halt. I'm just not going to do it. That's ridiculous. And what an arrogant and delusional mindset that is, to think that God looked down on the universe and he looked over at this little tiny mustard stain on the map and said, hey, this little guy over here looks like Charles Manson. I'm going to give him all my secrets. And then he comes out, it's going to be 2024. Oh, I'm supposed to believe that? I'm actually supposed to. God could have talked to all these brilliant minds. He could have talked to all these people. But he picked that guy. Have you ever seen Harold Camping? Have you ever looked at him? That's the guy he picked. It's just bullshit. And people will believe it. People will get wrapped up in it. And then people will say to me, well, you just got to have respect for it. No, you don't. You don't have to respect that kind of thing. What you need to do is try to leave the world a better place. Leave it better than you found it. Go through this world, do the best you can, help people out, and try to leave this world better than you found it. Because this idea that, well, I've got eternal bliss or eternal damnation waiting for me, that's caused so many people to do so many irrational things. When if we just would push for the truth and for science and for facts and for evidence and for logic and for reason, if we would push for those things to rule the conversation and quit giving credibility to these kind of harebrained predictions, the world would be a much better place.